Beverly with Kustom Kre8ted Handmade Crafts, and we are back with another video. As promised, it is going to be the second attempt of molding this cutie. And so I took everyone's advice, and it was overwhelming with suggestions of using the glue gun to put down the piece in lieu of the transfer tape that I was using. So I am going to use my glue gun. I have that already, and it is already heated up and ready to go. Also, I went ahead and mixed up our silicone, and I did the same 120 milligrams of the silicone, milliliters, I'm sorry, of the silicone. And I have my pudding cup. I did eat another cup of pudding, and so I'm ready to go with that. And so we're just going to get right into it. And so what I'm going to do is, it was suggested to put the hot glue on the bottom of the piece where this little this little piece is that he stands. So I have my hot glue there, and I am going to put him down in here. And I did clean him off in some alcohol prior to doing the video, cutting on the camera. And I was hesitant to do this the first time around because of the fact I was afraid of melting the cup. But my hot glue gun is low temp, I believe, and I don't even feel it through here, so that's a good thing. And I want to see, yes, he is adhering to the bottom there, so that's another good thing. And so just want to ensure he's in there and he's not moving. Yay! So that's a good thing. And he's designed to sit a little cat corner. So, okay, yeah, he's holding, guys. He's holding. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. So thank you, guys. Thank you for the reassurance that the hot glue would not burn through that plastic. And then also, I did have some suggestions to measure the, put a measurement in the cup as to where I would need it to be. But I did, from our previous attempt, I know that it takes the 160 milligrams. That was the perfect amount, the 120, I'm sorry, 120, 60 of each. So that is what I'm going with. And so we are just going to cross our fingers, our hair, our toes, our eyes, and everything else. And we're going to pour and ensure and hopefully pray that he does not move this time. And I am just going to fill in around him first. And the pudding cup was the perfect cup for him to make this mold. So I'm good with that because I want to catch all those facets and everything. So, and it did give the height clearance as well to give at least a 1/4 inch above his head as the directions recommend. And yay, I see he hasn't moved, guys. He has not moved. Yay. All right, so we're just going to get the rest of our silicone in here. And that was probably too much that time. But it's okay. I would rather have too much than not enough, like I said. So now that he's standing up straight, and I did let my silicone rest about 10 minutes, not 10 minutes, about 6 minutes before I cut the camera on. And what I did in the meantime, I was just cleaning him off and got the hot glue gun ready and everything like that. So it had a little bit of time to get rid of some of those bubbles that were in there. The gas. All right, guys. So I am going to let this cure. Is it the same with curing if it's silicone? I don't know. I think it might be, right? Well, yeah, because I mean, it doesn't harden, it cures, right? I think. Who knows? But anyway, we're going to let it do its thing. And I am going to turn it just to make sure his little ears aren't poking through anywhere. Yay! Neither are his feet. So that means he did not turn. Okay, guys. So I'm going to let him cure for about 12 hours. And he should be ready by then. We again are having some rain today and temps are going to drop again. So I'm hoping he cures in the 12 hours. He should. We keep the temp in here pretty consistent, and that's what it said that was important for the silicone to cure consistently. So that I will leave him alone. I'm not going to touch him again. I will cover him up, and then I will see you guys in 12 hours. All right. So see you soon. All right, guys, we are back, and look at what I got. Went ahead and took it out of the pudding cup, and it was actually easier to get out this time. And that was even with me forgetting to put mold release or Vaseline inside of the cup, but it was a lot easier to get out this time. So not sure what that was. I did give it more time in the cup because I fell asleep. So maybe that's what it was. So I did go ahead and pull around this hot glue, and let's see if we can pull that off without having to use the knife. Yep, came right off. Look at there. All right, so let's see if we can get it out of here. And here are the results. These cute little bears, I love them. And here are some other things that I made on that same video. The interresin mold of the notebook mold and the butterflies, and then this diamond cut heart. And then we continue with January with some other pieces. This cute turtle I made for my nephew, and he loved them as well. And then we scroll right on into February with these geode tea light holders that I made with eco resin. I really love those. And then we go into the love Valentine's collaboration with Crafty YouTubers United. And this piece was made for African American History Month. And then we go into my blessings jar that was made, along with this cross tea light holder that I received in Happy Mail from Miss Sheila, and some feathers. And then we go into, I believe we're into May already, with this cute little piece here that I made is a pencil holder box and some turtles. And then we are going into Easter here with making the Easter baskets for the girls and the boys. So here you can tune in and see what we did. Is we are going to be making these Easter baskets. Oops, my grass is falling out still. I'm trying to fall out of here. But I made this out of my Bond Crafter epoxy resin and some of the UV Diamond Dust UV resin from Temu to color these. And then I use my Gold Tea Expert resin to do the lines. And so this is what we are going to be making today. So I will show you the back of it. So let's get started. All right. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to do the flowers. And what I want to do is I want to replicate the first one that I did. And the reason I'm doing that is because it's for the twins. I was going to do that one for my baby niece. But then I realized that she would be better for the softer pink because she's only one. So I like the softer pink for her. And so I'm going to do the other one for the twins. And so what I want to do first is I want to come in with this pink. It's like a hot pink and or magenta color, and do the flowers. Oops. And all I do for that is I take and I hope you guys can see, I take and just bubble the bubble in here, and I take and just spread it around. And then usually I don't have enough resin in, so the ones that I do have enough resin in, I get spread all the way out, and make sure you're going to your edges and around. And so what I will do is I will get this all done, you guys. And I know we're just starting the video, but this is cumbersome. And I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch this in its entirety with me just talking. So I will get this done. What we will do is we will do all of the flowers, and I usually cure them for about 2 minutes. And then I come back, I do the lines and the dots. So I do want to show you when doing this part. Let me get one full enough because it does go to the edge. And what I should have done first that I truly forgot to do was, oopsie, my gold center. Let me do that because that's truly the first thing you should do. So I just started without thinking. So the center should be first. And there's each of these sections has like a little raised lip. So you'll be able to know where to start and stop, which is a good thing. And my gold is the only one that acts like it wants to clog up and it gets stuck. Come on. I don't know why it does that. Here we go. I think I had a piece of stuck resin in there. I think it was stuck in there. All right, let's see here. And I take that and go in there, take that, go in there, and then take that and go in there. And what I'm doing is making sure that that there is no bubbles in those flowers. So get this resin off of my fingers and then clear the gold off. And then I will do the same. And what I was saying here is I do take these and I get them pretty full. These little bottles are hard, y'all. They are super hard. Or they are just hard for me. I don't know. If you have used these, tell me if you struggle with these. So this is what I do with these. I do bring these out and connect them around the gold center. So I wanted you to see that part. Don't leave those empty. You do want to connect those if you have this mold. Okay, so I will get the other flowers done. I will speed you guys up through the process so that way you don't have to sit there and listen in slow-mo in real life and we can get this done. Let me get this off of my mold as well. And I will see you guys once I have these cured. Like I said, they will cure about 2 minutes for the flowers, and then I will do the lines. So I will be back once we are ready to go to the next step. I am going to try and go over all of these with the lighter. Make sure that I pop any surface bubbles if there are any. Oops, hit that one too much. Usually this Temu glitter is pretty good about degassing, so I think I'm good with that. And then I'm taking both sides of the lamp and I'm going to put them directly in the middle. This one's stuck over here. Okay, there we go. And I will do the 120 on both. So I will see you guys once I am back. You guys, we got that all cured up. And what I am going to do is there are some pieces here, oops, that spilled over. So I'm going to make sure that I just got everything cleaned up. Don't want anything left over in between here. There's another piece. And I just cured it so that way I wouldn't smear it. I figured that way it would be easier. And I'm just taking one of these cotton tipped, the thinner cotton tipped 6, and I'm just going in between the lines. All right, I think we got everything done there. And then what we will do is I'm taking the Tea Expert Gold and I'm going to be doing the lines here. And I forgot to do Mr. Bunny Rabbit's face in the Temu Gold, but we'll go back and do it. So all I do with the lines here, if I can get it open, there we go, is I just come here and I just lay on top and I just go from this side. And on the sides, you want to be careful not to overfill them because they are slanted. So it's easy to overfill those. So I can, again, start at that side and then just come into here. Oops, try to get out of there. And then again, don't overfill. And then the same here. And you can take and scoop your resin out to fill. And that one I may have just overfilled. So we'll see here. That one did pretty good. This one here did pretty good at filling itself to the edge there. I didn't overfill it. And what I have here is just a silicone brush. It's a lip brush, but it's pretty good for going in and pushing your resin. I like it. And in those small spaces. All right, got that in there. Pretty good. The first one that I did, I overfilled it completely and had a lot of cleanup to do before I could cure it. So I learned my lesson. The second one I got a little better with, and this one I think I did pretty good with. So you can get a little more resin in the middle and just be able to push that to those sides because you don't want those sides running over and causing you more work. So that's why it took me a week to be able to make this video, because that first one had me do so much more work. Took a lot out of me. It truly did. Okay, so that's looking good. Okay, so we got that done, and then we do this side. All right, so I think those look good, and I will get these cured. I will do these for 5 minutes because this is the final curing, and then we will be on to putting in some epoxy. So I will be back once that is done. All right, you guys, we are back. We have our UV resin pieces cured, and I did notice that on this edge over here that there was none in the edge. So I did go on top and put some in on both of these. So hopefully it won't make that much of a difference. We'll see. we shall see. I have what did I do? 7 ounces. 7 ounces of my Bond Crafter resin. This is the epoxy resin, and I did 3.5 of part A and 3.5 ounces of part B to make that 7. And I love the Bond Crafter resin. This video is actually courtesy of them, so thank you, Bond Crafter, for making this happen. Greatly appreciate it. If you have not tried the Bond Crafter resin, guys, what are you waiting on? That is some fabulous resin, and I love how it degasses itself so well. I have taken and put about 3 ounces. It's actually like 2.8 ounces because the actual cup is 3 ounces, but I didn't fill it all the way up. And what I did was I put in 30 drops of the pastel pink, and I put in 15 drops of the powder pink, and that's the Marabou alcohol inks. And I'm going to leave that at that, I believe. And what I want to do is I do want to take another cup now that I'm thinking about it. And I just want to take out about an ounce, maybe an ounce and a half of resin. And then the rest I am going to do in the white. And I took that ounce out just in case I need more pink. So that's why I took that out, just in case. But I don't think I will. And I'm just shaking up my HTV Run white pigment paste. I love this paste. The only thing I don't like about it is the bottle that it's in. And I am just going to add in about 3 squirts of that to the rest of the resin that is in there. And the cap has pigment paste all over me. There we go. Get that off there. Okay. And then get that stirred in. And with pigment paste, you want to make sure that you have it stirred in completely. Otherwise, you're going to have a milky look and it's going to be streaky. So you don't want that streaky effect in your resin. So just basically get it all stirred up, and you will have to stir quite a bit. So, all right. Okay. And see how some is still on the stick there. So it's leaving streak. So I will clean off my stick and then come in and get all of that off and get it incorporated into the resin here. And my resin in this cup is heating up, and the reason for that is because it's sitting so deep into this cup. Be sure that if you do mix in a large cup, that you work quickly so that your resin doesn't heat up and flash cure on you. There we go. There we go. Much better. Much, much better. Okay. And I don't want it too opaque. I just want it a creamy white. So just going to take and get that out of there, get the stick out of there, and get this stick out of here, give it a little stir, and then get that stick out of there. And I do try to clean my sticks as I go along in the resin, so that way it's mixed evenly. Sorry guys, I had a brain toot there. Alcohol. Okay. And one of these had some UV resin in it, so I am just going to wipe it out really well, just so I can make sure I got that out. And I do see it on there, so that's a good thing. I think it was this one. And then I'm going to come in with some alcohol for all of my pieces there. And what we will do is I will start with Mr. Bunny here, and I will start pouring. And I start in the middle, and then I cross over. Oopsie, that's too much white. Too much white, Beverly. So since I made that boo-boo, I am going to pour in some pink into my ears, and then I'll let the rest of this flow. Hopefully he gets some of the pink down in him. I hope so. And what this is doing is self-leveling, so it is getting up into those ears all on its own, and I'm not having to do too much. Okay. All right, and then I will do the same over here. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like this mole is taking more this time. It's just my imagination. No, I think it seems like it is. Weird. All right, we are back. And what we are going to do, I have already taken the pieces out of the mold, and we are going to see what they look like, and then we will work on putting it together. So this is the big side. So this is the front, and this is what it looks like. All right, not too bad. I can see a little flaws where I have some of the glitter that I didn't get all the way off, but that's okay. That's okay. Not bad at all. All right. And then here is the back side. See a little bubble here. Darn it, but that's okay. Not bad at all. I had more bubbles in the first one, come to think about it. So that's a good thing. And I don't have any bubbles around the bunny ears. Yay, that's a good thing.
All right, so now we are doing the um, putting together of the piece. And this was my most challenging piece of 2025, guys. And I had to make three of them, the two for the twins and then one for my great niece. And so I had to do some measuring and all of that good stuff. So it took a lot out of me. And as I said in the video, it took me a week to do these, to do all three of them all together. So this was some work. And here I'm just showing you that I put together the sides and then I covered them in fabric so that you wouldn't see where I put the UV resin in between the slats. And that is what we did with it. And then I put it all together and put some grass in it. And then here I'm showing you what I did for the boys. I made trays, turtle trays for them. And then here you see it all put together and what I put in them. Sorry, I'm flying by it because it's already seen. You guys already seen it. But now we go right into Slay a Trade Thursday. That is how we ended May. Slay a Trade Thursday is a collaboration hosted by myself, Kathy over at K&D Creations, and Elizabeth over at Crystal Clear Creations. And what we do is we take a tray mold and we slay it. Sometimes we have a theme and sometimes we do not. And I believe the first that we did not have a theme. And then the second one we did, we went into coffee. And this is what I did with mine. And I do apologize for the notifications, guys. I forgot to turn them off. And I made this coffee tray along with the coasters. And then I continued to, do things such as jars. I love jars. This was actually for my sister's birthday. I gave this to her. Her birthday is in June. And then I decided I wanted to do some UV jewelry. And so I made this beautiful pendant, and that is for a friend. And then we go into trays again. Again, I made this out of extra resin. And our theme for this one was the pearls and bows. And I really enjoyed making this. This went to a friend for her birthday. And then I made some eco resin pieces out of the Bond Crafter casting powder, and they turned out beautifully. I love, love, love that casting powder by Bond Crafter. And just showing you here what the pieces turned out like. I did have a little bow in that one, but you don't really notice it unless you're really looking. And then for my sister-in-law's birthday, I made her that turtle with her initials. I beaded her initials onto it. And then I'm just showing you these crystal diamond turtles that I made from extra resin. And then another Slay a Trade Thursday collaboration. I did not use this piece. This one was my actual final piece, and we had to do blooms and bees. So that was my extra resin with those turtles. And here was another Your Choice Slay a Trade Thursday. So I made a bowl and a vase. And the bowl was made out of my tray mold. You can see it there, and I think that turned out great. And then here I just made my trinket tray from Into Resin. I love that piece. And then here was with a collaboration with Resiners and their heart mold, their heart puzzle mold. And that piece, I love, love, love it. I have it on my shelf on my desk here, and I look at it just about every day. I love that piece. It is so beautiful. I added flowers into it, and pearls and rhinestones and everything. And then we continue on with back to school collab for Slay a Trade Thursday. And I made this cute little tray, lap tray, and it is pretty neat. And then I went on to make this fish. I love this betta fish. I got this in Happy Mail, the mold from Miss Sheila over at Reptiles in Resin, and I loved it. And this little snail is a bunch of extra resin that I had left over, and I just demolded it. And here was our summer Slay a Trade Thursday, and I actually made this piece as a Christmas gift for my sister-in-law. And I held it all the way till Christmas, guys. This was in June, I believe, or July. And we added in some shells and some actual sand and a UVDTF sticker. And then we move into fall. And here I made this grateful little tray for the holiday season. And then we go into another your choice. So I made Hello Kitty. You guys know I love Hello Kitty. So I took this tray that I got from Temu, and I um, loved making this piece. It turned out beautifully. And here I made some more trays, and I made okay, had to put the phone on Do Not Disturb. All right, so we moved into Thanksgiving and fall, and this was a two-tiered trade that I did, and I had fun putting this one together as well, making all of the pieces and doing everything to make it look like this. So cute. And we continued into fall with some things. I did another collab with Resiners, and then we did this campfire collab for Slay a Trade Thursday. And then for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I did a collaboration with It's Art by Donna, and made these beautiful breast cancer awareness bookmarks and a keychain for some friends and my aunt. And then we did another collab for Slay a Trade Thursday, and that's what these are. We had to put handles on this tray, and the tray came out beautifully. And then I did the Resiners Pure Air collaboration, and that was a fun collab. I was featured in the white pages. And then we are just moving on through the last of the fall and Thanksgiving season. Bleh. And I'm this last collab we had to do trays that were featuring gratefulness, and that is what I did. Thankful, grateful, blessed. And with my extra resin, I made this cute little angel, and I put her out for Christmas. And so for Slay a Trade Thursday, for our first collab, we did gingerbread theme, and this is my little gingerbread people tray, and that turned out cute. And then as gifts for someone, I did this bingo tray, bingo piece. What do you call it? Bingo game. And this is just a little short that I did featuring the gingerbread tray and the bingo game. And this was our last Christmas piece that we did. And here I just show you the Christmas gifts and that I made for my brother and my sister-in-law. 2025 brought along some great things, and I am so grateful. Thank you to all of my subscribers. I greatly appreciate you. If you are not subscribed, please help me in doing so. I am on a goal to 8,000, and I am looking forward to growing the channel as well. So if you have not done so, please scan that QR code and subscribe to the channel. If you would like to support the channel, here you can scan this QR code and buy me a coffee. Alright, you guys, well, I am going to get off of here. I want to give a shout out to all of those that have helped me along the way in 2025, and I will see you guys in 2026. Looking forward to new things, blessings, hugs, and love, and I will see you guys the next time. Bye-bye.
Story is custom created handmade gold. Paper cuts fine and pigments mixed. Every little touch